Hey everybody, I'm at home because it's really cold outside. It's 10 and Wednesday, and I just went to get some laundry out of the babies and hang it and saw the snowflakes out. And it's not really heavy snow, it's just here and there, but there are snowflakes outside just casually dancing in the air. So there's no way I can take those little beauties out. And I would, but the wind is really strong. And when it's windy, it pierces you through your clothes, and I just don't like it. And so that's why they're here next to me asleep. Here's my little guy. And my little beauty's somewhere there. She loves her blankets and she just covers herself with blankets. And they're like blankets literally everywhere around us. Just everything here is blankets. And we decided to pull out the kerosene heater this winter. Last winter, when they were newborn infants, we just kept the air conditioning, the heating part on pretty much all day and all night, but to keep them warm. And I spent the whole time they were here on the crib where I am now, and I was just sleeping on this couch next to them. But this year, I don't think we can survive without the kerosene heater, because it does smell in the beginning because it does spark. So that heater needs electricity. It feeds on electricity to start the spark, and has like a timer and like an electronic part, like a little monitor that you can push the buttons for what the temperature you want it to be in the room, or set it. I don't remember. It shows the temperature of the room and the desired temperature of what you want it to be, and then the spark starts with electricity, and then to start the kerosene going. And so without the electricity, doesn't work. There are some kerosene heaters that are completely only kerosene. You just have to use a match or lighter. We don't have one of those. Those are good though for emergency. Those are really good, because if you don't have electricity, you're pretty much doomed. But let's hope we don't get to the no electricity thing. So, but yeah, that made me think now. It's just really a good idea to have one of those too. But that means you have to have lots of supply of kerosene, and you get that in the gasoline stations. They have like a column for the gasoline, and then you have for the kerosene. And so some of them they have it, and they have like the car wash part. So I have to get it, and you have to get those big containers, plastic containers that have like 18 liters or 20 liters capacity, and then you just go and fill them up in your car. And when you put them in the car, they stink. That fuel stinks a lot, but also feeds the boiler outside the house, which heats the water in the house. So it's an instant heating. So as long as that boiler is on, there's a button you push, and if the boiler is on, then the water is heated. So if you don't need it, then you turn it off to save electricity and fuel. And then when you need it, you turn it on. We turn it on in the morning when we need warm water for wash up, and then in the evening I turn it on to when start cooking and filling up the bath. But during the day I try not to even use so much water, or like when I wash the dishes I use gloves, because skin just splits and it hurts. But that's the season. That's every year is like that, nothing new. The only new thing is like this year it became extremely cold out of a sudden, like 2 days ago. Like this week started really cold, and it started from yesterday to be really cold. Yesterday my boys told me that while they were at school they saw snowflakes 3 times, and in the morning and around lunchtime break and the recess time, and then right before they go home. So today I sent him to school with jackets, and one of them he forgot his neck warmer and gloves because he misplaced them and we couldn't find them, and they had to go because their friend was already outside waiting. But I would say no friend but neighbor kid. He's the first to start from this year, and then the boys join, and then along the way they have like different houses that they pick up the other kids, and then it becomes like a long line of kids going towards the school together. And it's really cold, guys. It's just, this is my warm sweater, and I have like 2 more layers underneath. I like this blowing heat, but I also don't like it. The room it becomes really dry, and have to make sure the babies drink a lot of water or juice, whatever they like, and the skin is just really dry. So lotion is our best friend now, and they have to have the chapstick, and when the boys go to school they have it in their pocket, hopefully. I don't know, they're supposed to, but you know, my youngest from the 3 older boys within a week he lost a second pair of gloves. So from last year we pulled out all the gloves and the neck warmers and stuff, but he lost his, I don't know, they're probably around the house, I hope, because he said they're not around school, so I don't know where he misplaced them. Then I bought him another pair because I felt bad, like it was getting cold and his hands were freezing, and so I got him another pair of gloves, and they're Adidas. We all have to have Adidas, and we love Adidas here. So, and Adidas gloves are a bit more pricey than the normal ones that don't say Adidas on it. But he lost them to like two days, if not the same day. 2 days later they were gone. They're not nowhere. So I have to look in every room, which is a big mess everywhere. They could be in any corner, anywhere, smashed under anything, you know. So, but that's what moms do, right? They find the treasures, and then they feel like winners afterwards. Yay! Until they're lost again, and then have an idea where it could be. It could be. I don't know. I have to check the cars too. But I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, it's cold, and today I'm gonna make some changes in this room after baby's nap. So because right now the AC is just blowing towards the back of this couch, and then like it goes towards that part of the room, but like here where I am from the other door we have here, and that's the sliding door, and then there's like this door. This room has 2 doors, but from the sliding door one, the hallway, the entrance is just really, really cold. Like you can feel the cold coming to your feet. So yeah, this year winter started early. Like I remember December's pretty warm, but this year it's kind of quick cold, and temperatures are really down. Last night was it like 0, but it feels like -2. So if there are any serious clouds piling up above us, it wouldn't be rain anymore. It's just cold. And the room where the babies and I are at night, it has a heater like this, but it's smaller. Somehow, I don't know, it's just not powerful like this one, for example. And that room has lots of doors. On 3 sides has doors, like towards the hallway, towards the next room, and towards the other side. There's like a back garden I have. So they're all doors, and no matter how much the AC blows, like for 2 hours before we go to bed, just to make the air warmer, it does make the air a little bit warmer, but not much. It's just like where does heat go? Like, and you put it on 32 degrees Celsius, that's hot, but it just doesn't warm it much. So that room is especially cold, and if this winter is that cold, I don't know, maybe I don't know if I should stay this winter in this room again or not. We'll see. but they're a little bit bigger for cribs now. So I have a big crib that I just assembled, and it's upstairs, and I have a smaller crib which they cannot fit together anymore. It's just really small. I just use the futon, the how do you call it, the little mattress that was in the, I just use it here on the floor sometimes. When it was warmer, it would be okay for them to just put it on the floor here and sleep, but now it's kind of cold, so I probably should take it out of here. But yeah, winter, yeah. I'm pretty sure those who are from, I don't know, Canada, Idaho, Alaska, they'll be like, ah, piece of cake, you know, but like, we're not used to that. Maybe this winter, if it snows a lot, we, like in our prefecture, nobody even owns their own chains for their tires. I remember one winter going to work on a Monday, and the previous night it had snowed, and when I went outside, the car was really, it was so cold, and the car, I used the older car, the smaller car for work, and it takes time to heat up. So by the time I go to school, just like 15 minutes away with the car, then starts finally blowing warm air, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I in the car always had my jacket and my gloves and my neck warmer and my blanket on my lap always. And so by the time I go to the school, it starts blowing warm air, so I just stay another like a minute or two in the car just to warm up my feet, and I go. But they also have this, I'll show you guys. Yeah, Japan has like those really cool warming system things. It's like so this thing is for the socks. You put it on the sock. It looks like this pad that is on the picture, and it has powder in it. It looks like ash to me, but I don't know what that chemical is. But like once you open it from, let me show you how it looks like inside. Once you open, there are two inside of one package, and there are 15 packages inside, so they're like altogether 30. But once you open it from the package and you take it from the tape, it's just and you put it on your feet, it starts warming up, and it stays for quite long. It says 24 hours, but I think 12 hours or something like that. But like I would put it in the morning and before I go to work, and then it will start working as I go to the car. And you place it, you place it where your toes are, because once your toes are warm, everywhere it's warm. It just, my body gets warmer if I have this on. So that saved me the last winter of working for me. That thing saved me. It's not that great comfort, to be honest, because it's hard and it's on your toes, and like you would like to have something nice and fluffy on your feet, but like that thing does the job. It's not warm. I mean, it's hard, it's not soft. That's what I wanted to say. And then there's this thing that it's inside their pads, and it's like it's a pad. It's like a paper pad, and then inside there's again that ash thing, and that is for you put in your pocket. And once it's in your pocket, it gets warm. So if you don't have gloves, or if you go outside to play and you don't feel your fingers, because kids, they just play so hard, they don't think about cold, hot, you put your hand in there in the pocket. Like I've had so many students coming and telling me, put your hand in my pocket. I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. So they just take the pad out. They're not supposed to take it out though, because they're in my kids school, they say my kids told me that the rule is you cannot really how do they say it's illegal. Is that what they said? I don't know. Illegal to take it out of your pocket, because some kiddos would do it, and they will just play with them, and and it rips, it's like a bag of tea, but the bag is not that weak, but it still can get broken, and then the dust started coming out, and I've seen so many like vice principals and teachers cleaning with the little vacuum cleaner, like the hallways so that's why, oh, excuse me, that's why it's not allowed to be out of your pocket, so they keep it there in their pocket. There are some of them like those pads, but they have a tape, and you put it on your tummy or like in your back, and or both, I don't know, depends on the kids how, and so it keeps your tummy warm and your back, so I guess it's a good feeling for the kids. But I could see how it's kind of like uncomfortable if you want to run outside. I don't know, some kids, I guess those that are active, say boys, they don't probably put that, but I sent my boys this morning with one of those to keep in the pocket, and each of them two for their sock. I just taped them on the bottom of their socks so they can, because it's cold, you guys. I mean, even if they have the ACs on and it's like a classroom, I don't know, like AC for me, and the ACs, it's not like if you like have a room, a building with a central heating, then it's gonna blow from either the ceiling or like the down where the walls are. I don't know, but this is just like hanging there, like in the schools they're huge, they're like huge and flat, and they blow a lot, and I just don't like the blowing feeling. Like even in the malls, I don't like the blowing feeling. Like blowing cold and blowing hot to me is like oof. Which means like wind, yeah, me and wind not good friends, but the kerosene heaters, so they have the spark that starts with the electricity, and then it keeps going with the kerosene, and usually how they program those machines are really good, because after 2 hours it starts beeping, and if you don't push like a button there, that there's a button, then it just stops after 2 hours. It stops by itself, so it's safe, because if you say you grabbed your bag real quick and you went somewhere and you forgot to turn off your heater, in 2 hours it will be stopped by itself. So but see, that's the thing, like when it starts and when it stops, it stinks a little bit. Okay, yeah, it stinks. So and we haven't used it for like quite a while, so I have to get used to that probably, but it's okay. Just the little ones will be okay. They walk now. Did I tell you guys they walk? So they'll be okay. And we have this gate that my mom-in-law gave me around the heater, so we usually pile the wet towels from the last night, the boys reuse the next day, and like if there's any laundry that from outside didn't dry out because it was too cold or like too thick, they just hang in there, and then around the heater everything dries very quickly. And then because it blows the flame of the kerosene, if it just blows it, it's like a fan, the room gets warm in no time. Like with this AC, probably it would take a good 30 minutes to start feeling, oh okay, the room, I don't know, it's just really slow. But with the kerosene heater, it's just instant, and it just the warmth of the quality of the warmth is better. Like this is just blowing and not doing much, but like kerosene, I like it, and I like it better, and just this homey like warmy feeling is just really nice. But let's see, yeah, the desk room where the boys do their homeworks, usually we have AC there, and then there's AC here, there's AC in the back room we have, but that is new. They got it new last winter, because when we came from the hospital with the babies, we were in the back room with them. They were in the crib, I was in a bed like sleeping like that, and but even though the AC was, and then we had an old AC there that was from just there since we came to the house. It was like from my husband's grandma time, I don't know. And then because it was not used extensively for a long time, just in the summer sometimes when it's too hot, and we just close the doors and just turn it on and cool down the room a little bit. It takes the humidity out, it dries out, it just feels so good. In the summer it's extreme heat, so we would use it, but like in the winter, and then when the twins were there, like non-stop, so it died, I think in 10 days or so. It died, just the AC died. It just started blowing nothing. It blowing cold air, so and the temperature was dropping, so I just grabbed the twins and brought them here, and they slept here. And the next day he called his friend. He has a friend who installs especially air conditioning, because you have to have the knowledge for that. You cannot just go buy one and put it by yourself. You can't. You have to know certain how to, I don't know, pipes and like the chemical inside. He was explaining how it has to run for a little bit to start the chemical inside to make it, the gas, to make it into heat. I don't know. And the inside part is like small, but like the outside part, you guys, looks like it's bigger than a suitcase. It's really big. You know, the one with the fan. So they're outside always, and you have to make sure that the pipes and the cables go through the walls and stuff. I mean, it's just really like, wow, a lot of work. So they installed it, and we moved the babies back there, but ultimately it was just blowing air, and it was not really doing much. I mean, when it's winter, that room is cold anyways. So I ultimately moved the babies here in this room, and just slept here on the couch with them in the crib next to me. But yeah, this year, yeah, it will be a kerosene. Sorry guys, it's just I'm telling you the different versions of heating in different countries. Like, I wish we had a central heating, or like one heater that would probably eat wood and chalks, not chalks, coals. Chalk, why chalk? What is it? Anyway, chalks for drawing. I mean for writing. By the way, in Japan they still use chalk. That's a completely different story. I'm not gonna even, yeah, I'll tell you some other time when I started being a teacher how I coughed for the first 3 months really, real bad, because I guess eventually I got used to it, but all that dust from the chalk. Anyway, so coals. I wish you had like a heater, where a stove where you can feed it with coal and or wood, and then it will probably have like, but then you have to have a chimney for that, huh? Yeah, I've never seen here chimneys. No, I haven't. This place doesn't have houses with chimneys, so how does Santa go in? I don't know. He must be a really smart guy. Then igloos don't have chimneys either, you know. There are all kinds of houses around the world, but yeah, so if we had like a stove that has pipes going around the house somehow, it will be warm everywhere. Isn't that how does it work in the States? I don't know. There's like a heater downstairs, right? I'm not sure how it works, because when I lived there, it was always, I don't know, I was always rental, so I just knew the thermostat. But yeah. And the boys tell me that their teachers keep their room warm and put the AC on, but you always have to be careful with the corona and open spaces and social distancing and masks. And I remember about this time of the year, and January, especially January, February, is the flu season in Japan the most, or at least from my observation, because I was at schools too. And in January, when I go back to work after the holidays, it's like the coldest. And then you know how they have first, second, third period in the morning, and after the third period is a long break of 20 minutes recess. So they have on the radio start a song, in particular one of my schools. It was really funny, and everybody starts opening the windows, no matter how hot or cold, or everybody starts opening the windows, and there's the song that starts going, and the kids go play outside or read books or whatever. Excuse me, oh my goodness, I cannot stop yawning today. And so they change the air, you know, the freshen the air. That's how they were hoping that they will stop if somebody got the flu, it doesn't spread to the classmates and stuff. So I guess it's efficient. It works. But then I remember back home in my, I don't remember in elementary too, elementary school too, they opened the big break. After the third period, they also did that. They opened the windows, but then we had radiators down under the window, like more under, and then there was like this kind of like window sill, but inside. And then underneath that was the heater, and each room had like three heaters like that, and it would work with the boiling water, warm water in it. That's how they heated our schools. So there will be a person like who is responsible for like feeding that thing. I don't know what they were feeding it with, like probably some kind of fuel. But it was always warm at school, and when they opened the window, it felt good because you would be like there, the colder air would come and blow, but then where you are down is warm. It's heating, so it's just like this really good feeling of cold and warm at the same time. I don't know, I liked it a lot. But here is just pure cold. They stopped the ACs and they open all the windows and the doors and and it's just the hallways themselves. Like, just go to the hallway and it's like, I hated you guys, because I would be at school, I would be in a classroom with little ones. Especially, you have to be really active, and because they're like little, their energy, they're just fireballs. And so you do the head, shoulders, knees and toes song, or you would do like some kind of other action song, and then I get sweaty because of them, and then I'm with layers, right? And then I get so sweaty and so wet, and then the class is over, and then you go out in the hallway, and it's like, ooh, freezing, because this stuff on you is hot and wet. And so that's how it was. Oh, my little guy's up. My little baby's up. Manishak, Manishak, oh Manishak. Hello, sweeties. Hello. Oh, Manishak, are you up already? You want me to hold you? Manishak. He's so cute. He's all covered up and stuff. I think he's just really, really, really sweet person. You don't want me to hold you? You don't want me to hold you? No. Just don't wake up your sister, please. Anyways, yeah, I think he could sleep more if I hold him. You wanna come? Come to mama. Come when you sick. Come. Okay. Just come. I'll just hold you. He'll sleep more if I hold him. But anyways, yeah. So different countries, different way of dealing with the cold. I remember being a student in Bulgaria, and before I went to Hawaii, in the winter, I was in a city where they had what do you call it, a factory, or where they had so the whole city was they had the heating system and all, like, imagine those big huge buildings with apartments inside. They had those so they were warmed up. All the apartments could be warmed up, and then our campus, they had in buildings with rooms, and then you rent the room, and in one room there could be two people, and inside there was it was always warm. That's what I'm saying. It was really nice and warm. So no matter how cold it was outside, like snowing or the winds were blasting outside, it was really warm inside, and I stayed inside a lot. It was really nice, good feeling. It was a really good feeling. So yeah, everywhere is different. I don't know. You know, those countries that are always tropical, they don't have to worry about that. And that this time they are the most miss Hawaii, because in Hawaii is always warm, isn't it? Santa goes there with a t-shirt and says Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's right? That's my ocean boy, Kai. Kai. Haupia pie sounds good right now. And the coconut pie, it's so good from Ted's Bakery. Oh, if you guys are from Hawaii, listen, just go get one and eat it for me, please. I just love Ted's Bakery pies. Anyways, okay. we'll just say bye for now and stay warm, stay safe.